Hey guys, I am really excited to dive into today's video, but I did want to give a little bit of a background. I will be showing you some insanely easy DIY Christmas decorations that I implemented into my home. I'm also going to be walking you through some basic tools that I personally got started with 2 years ago, as well as giving away those tools. So let's just get right into it. For those of you that do not know, I have partnered up with Home Depot all of 2019 to show you new tools I have used before, but when this one got shipped to me, these two, I knew I had to give them away to one of you guys. All the giveaway details will be down below for you, but I just thought this would be a full circle moment because I actually got gifted these two things from Ben of Homemade Modern, which inspired me to just dabble into power tools, and now we're here. Ryobi doesn't just have a 6-piece combo kit, they do have a 4-piece, so depending on your budget, but this is a great beginning starter point. Instead of you trying to like curate each tool that you need for your collection, this just kind of gives you the bare necessities to move forward with basic builds. Compared to the kit that I got, since that was 2 years ago, the multi-tool is something I noticed that has been upgraded. This new one actually features a variable speed dial, so you can control the strength of your multi-tool, which I think is huge. Another thing that would have saved me my hands in a lot of projects is the fact that it has a lock on the trigger now, which just comes in handy when you're using it to, you know, like push up grout, or you're just trying to make a cut into a corner and you don't necessarily need to hold it. This combo kit also includes a reciprocating saw, an LED work light, a power drill and an impact driver, a circular saw, and 2 batteries that come with a charger that charges 1 battery at a time, but they're upgraded for overall improved performance. We are going to kick it off by using the circular saw because that's how we're going to be DIYing some Christmas decorations today, so I can show you some projects that I'm actually using in my home with these power tools. The circular saw does come with a blade, but it doesn't come with more than one, so you will have to purchase the right size at your local Home Depot or hardware store moving forward, but they get you started with this dude. The blade itself is 5.5 inches. You want to make sure that you are lining up that what it looks like a half arrow to the half arrow on the tool. That is how your blade will be properly installed. My Ryobi circular saw is still one of the most used circular saws that I currently have in my workshop, and I think I have a total of 3. It just is so lightweight and easy to use, and I'm not terrified since it's not super big. It's like the perfect size to be able to just slice them, dice them. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but you know what I mean, wood. I do recommend, if you are working with tools, to have a speed square and also purchase a couple of really good clamps because you can make a lot of cuts with your circular saw with some clamps and a speed square. I lined up my speed square to where the 0 in the notch is of the circular saw. That's where the blade will be cutting the wood, and then I clamped that speed square into place to give me just a flush straight line to cut against. You can also adjust the angle of the blade as well, and that just gives you even more freedom to be able to cut at different angles as well as bevel cuts. I cut a 2x4 at a peak at the middle to make a little house, but keep in mind that you're not gonna be able to cut like a 4x4 without having to turn the wood a couple of times. That's where a larger blade will come in handy. I want you to also keep in mind that this set does not come with an orbital sander, but I do recommend having one as a beginner. It will save your arm and your muscles a lot of just long, gruesome days. After I sanded the houses that I cut down, I grabbed this 60-piece drill bit set, which is the second thing that you guys can be winning. It's just power bits and insert bits to fill all your driving needs. All in all, it includes 60 drill and drive bits with a carrying case. Like I said, I still have mine in the shop. I still reach for it constantly. And it offers a versatile range of bits for a variety of applications, aka legitimately, you don't have to keep running back to the store when you're a beginner woodworker like I used to, because I would buy the wrong bit versus like just investing in a drill bit set. I had some extra copper pipe on hand, and I will link the original Pinterest inspiration down below. I was essentially just recreating it, you know, with a little bit of a twist to add 2x4s into it. I drilled the hole to make a place for a chimney, and then I made sure that it fit prior to me cutting down the piece of copper to the size of whatever your heart desires. I like them a little bit longer. I just think it looked, I don't know, a little bit more chic. I love the fact that you can make a village or just a couple like I did here. You can also paint and stain them to your heart's content, but I'll show you the final look of them up on the mantle a little bit later. I've done this palette tree before on my channel. You take a chalk line or a straight edge and you basically just draw it to a point in the middle at one side of the palette from the bottom corners, and then you use your circular saw to go over those lines to cut it, obviously. That is when I will reach for my reciprocating saw. I'm actually not going to be using the brand new blade from this one since it only comes with one. I don't want to rip through it. I'm going to use mine. But the new reciprocating blade has a 1-inch stroke length for over 60% faster cutting speeds. But again, I don't want to use the blade because it's going to really jack it up. And then I'm going to, ship the winner a crappy blade? No, thank you. I reached back into the drill and driving kit and also grabbed the drill and the impact driver. I will not be using the impact driver. We're not working with any crazy like hardwood or hard things that we need to be drilling together with extra force. I'm just going to be using the power drill. I didn't like the bulky base that I made on these the other year, so I actually just cut down 2x4s to be smaller, and I put them length, like longwise, versus trying to build a stand for it to sit up onto, and pre-drilled 2 holes into each piece of wood and connected that to the base of the pallet's like spine, if you will. Last but not least is my form of my ornaments this year, which you'll see over on my Instagram when I get my dang tree. But you can cut down tiny little pieces of wood, trim, if you will, and create different size stars. And all you have to do is use a little bit of glue and clamps to hold it together and let it dry completely. And it's a little extra texture for your decor. I really wanted to just have it be super cozy over at the new fireplace and celebrate Christmas here versus in our entryway like we have in our past, because I kind of want to make my family stare at my hard work. Fun tip and trick about fresh garland. So at my Ralph's, it was for 10 inches was $12.99. I needed 20 feet, and that would calculate to be about $312 before tax. I decided to Yelp a couple of my local florists and went to one that was highly reviewed, walked in and just started talking to her and told her I needed 20 feet. She and I just started to exchange stories and have like a really good conversation, and she ended up giving me 20 feet of garland for $60. Every year I typically do big, just over the top gold ornaments everywhere inside, and it's just a little bit much in my opinion right now, so I decided to add some fairy lights to keep it nice and calm over here. I picked up some new stockings from Home Goods. Again, I kept them on the cozier side. This Let's Mistletoe I got for 60% off at Joann's craft store, which is such a steal. They had a crazy sale going on when I just so happened to walk in, which was super awesome. I got this beaded garland from Joann's as well because this was, I think, $25 and it was 60% off of that for one strand, which would end up being less than what I would spend to DIY. So that's how I kind of pick and choose my DIY battles. We have had these lanterns for 7 years from Z Gallery, and I actually linked them down below because they are currently on sale. So if you guys want to check them out and not break them like I did just here, go ahead and do so. That is not sponsored. You guys always ask about them, and I can't believe I found them. I picked up a mini tree from Home Depot, and I took it out of the red base and took the red tissue paper away because I want to be pulling the green and the black down to the base of the fireplace to make this just feel a little bit more rooted. Wherever I could, I did implement some regular sized pine cones as well as extra large ones that I picked up from Ralph's just to add texture throughout and again pull that brown from the mantle down because that's how my brain works when I'm decorating. I ended up making a couple of different sizes of those stars and used a piece of fishing line with a piece of tape at the very end of that fishing line to secure it to the mantle wherever I wanted, and it kind of made them look like they were floating. I fell in love with them. I'm really digging the direction of the Christmas decor this year. If you guys want more behind the scenes, I'll be decorating my tree this weekend so you can see the full space finished. Be sure to follow me over on my Instagram, but also don't forget to enter the giveaway. Shoot your shot and I'll pick a winner in a week. I'll see you soon for another DIY.